It's almost game time. What's going on, everyone in the chat? This is Boys for Life. You know me, and we have a new member to the BGN Sports Network. Laura, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you really for this chance to talk about our Cowboys that we love, and of course NFL. But it's a pleasure to share with you now in this day so important for us.
Yes, it's very. This is a big game, especially what I'm watching right now. I don't know if you've been watching, but what I'm watching right now with the Bucks and Eagles and the way they're playing, I've been talking a lot of trash to a lot of my Eagle friends. So I need our Cowboys to back me up right now, because if we end up losing this game, and of course the Eagles look like they're probably going to lose this game. It doesn't look good if we end up losing, but I think that we are going to prevail today. If you don't know. And this is just a little fun fact history. Today is the date of our very first Super Bowl.
Yeah. In the new era, not because we have a lot of stories, a lot of players. We love Eggman, Emmitt Smith, and all of that. But now it's the time for Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott and all of that guys make something really good and great for the franchise. And it's like you said, we see now these games in this weekend, and there be the things that are expected now. And now it's the time for the boys really make something really great and show to the world they can be a championship and maybe why not at a Super Bowl, not?
Yes. If you want to read some of these comments, because I don't speak Spanish, so if you want to read some of these that are in Spanish, go right ahead and let us know what they say, because a lot of us probably don't speak Spanish.
Un saludo a Juan Manuel, que nos escribe desde Pachuca. Muchísimas gracias, le mandamos un saludo y por supuesto, pues también seguidor de los Cowboys. He's apart from Mexico. The name is Pachuca, and he sent say hello, and of course he's so excited for the game for the Cowboys.
Yes, awesome. So, what are your expectations of today's game? It's going to be a tough one. We've already talked before about the history of the Dallas Cowboys and what's going on with the history of the 49ers and our two franchises. What do you expect from today?
I think the defensive way that we can show in this game, it's important because we are motivated now. You can see all the social media, all the comments around it, and all the Cowboys fans, and it's like one heart, not with the same desire and everything. I'm so excited for that. And I think the Cowboys got a very good team for arrive to against the Niners. Not Niners have many chances or areas to chance, and we can really take that opportunities and of course to be confident with that.
Yeah, for sure. So before we get started and keep going, I want to give a shout out to BGN Sports Media. Everything is in the description. Go ahead and follow Laura. Go ahead and follow myself. Our Twitters are in there. Is your Facebook in there?
Yes.
Your Facebook is in there. Yeah. All of her social media is in the description, as well as mine, the BGN Sports Media. And I want to give a shout out to Bird Gang 31 because without him, none of this happens. But so to piggyback off your point, this is a big game for us. This is a big game. You know what's at stake. It's win or go home, right? You win, you move on. You lose, that's it. And it's go home, and it's going to be a long off season. It's going to be a long off, especially when you have Dan Quinn interviewing for head coaching jobs, and you've already know and you've seen it with what we had last year with Mike Nolan and how bad our defense was. And then what we have now with Dan Quinn, how good our defense is. And then, of course, for me, if Kellen Moore stays or goes, it makes no difference to me because of
Yeah.
our vanilla offense and what we've seen with him. So for me, I'm tired of the one and done. I'm tired of the losing in the divisional round. We've been losing in the divisional round since '95, whether we've made it that far or not. I'm ready to take that next step into getting to the NFC Championship game. That for me for us to get there, to me, the season, even though we all want to win the Super Bowl, right? That's our main goal. But for me, if we get to the NFC Championship game, that's a huge step in the right direction. What do you think?
Yes, you're right with that. We expect a lot. No, we are waiting a long time ago. We are really now prepared to arrive and make the big step. No, it's a time for the boys. Now they need to trust. They believe they can do it. I'm really worried about that Prescott. If he's now inspired to go out on the yard and make magic. No, because we saw many games with that magic. With that, I don't know how can say, maybe very happy them, so complaining and all of that. No, we want to see that boys against with the Niners, and of course show why they can be something new for the franchise now.
Yes, exactly. We want to see them move forward. We like I said, we've seen them get to the divisional round. We've seen them get past the wild card, and it's just all for now. We end up losing, and it's just like another season of, okay, here we go again. Yeah. But I feel that this team with Dak Prescott, if he ends up playing, I mean, you have a quarterback taking up $75 million of the cap this year, right?
Yes.
And we've seen him be MVP status of the beginning of the year. We've seen him at the bottom of the barrel or, mid-card for me in the middle of the season. If we can get him to where he's making his throws, we can get this offense on a rhythm. And if the defense plays the way it has been playing the last 6-7 games of the season, I think this team is going to be a very, very scary team.
And you have a reason, or you take one point important. Dak Prescott now have $1 million contract, no? So it's a time for show how many dollars it's time to show it, not
exactly.
They need to show to the world that dollars are really important and take that I don't know, maybe won this game.
Yeah,
he needed really. So Dak Prescott, hello, but you need to win this game, really. I really convinced. Really.
I 100% agree with you. He's been paying all this. He's been paid all this money, right? And we can't see him. He needs to be that guy. I mean, I don't know if you saw the games last night with Joe Burrow, the way he played, the way with Josh Allen, the way he played. We need Dak Prescott to be that kind of quarterback, that guy, especially when he's getting paid so much money. If he's getting paid that much money, he needs to be that guy and not depend on the run game, the weapons that are out there, and the defense holding up. Because let's face it, the last 6-7 games of the season, we've seen Dak Prescott stumble a little bit, right? But now we have, and our defense was keeping us in the games. Our defense was a lot of the reasons why we were winning these games. Yeah. But now I want to see Dak Prescott against this 49ers defense, which, let's face it, their defensive backs are the worst in the league of giving up the 20-plus yard plays. And I honestly feel that if our offensive line can control that defensive line, we will be able to have our way with that secondary, and I think it's going to be a wrap for us to win this game.
Well, yeah, because something that is happening in another games with Cowboys, we depends about the defense. No, the offense stay in calm. They don't do their job, and now in this game, we need all of the departments of our team need work it. Not, I think that's the most important now in this game, because we can't just expecting something about make something the defense, and of course the part of the Greg Sterling, it's really, really important for us and make a lot of points for not depend of Greg Sterling, not because all that lose games that we got. It's because that is the reason, because Sterling, it's not really certain, and of course we live in struggle times for all the fans. Oh my God, it can be possible this, and they need their job, like Bill Belichick said. No, just do their job. It's at the point. No, the players need to really do what they know to do, and of course, make it happen. It's important.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Let's get to the comments here, and I know I've gone over some already. I want to give a shout out to one of my buddies, Dallas Cowboy fan 1980. I'm one of his big supporters. I love this guy. He's from the Dallas area. He's one of the once I got onto YouTube, he's one of the guys that I started to follow. Very insightful. He lives in Dallas. He's a football player. He knows exactly what he's talking about.
Say hello to them, and all of the people is now here to talking about. It's amazing, really, and we are like a one heart, really. In the same time, with the same emotion and excited. We are just few minutes for start this story. And what do you expect with that? What do you think about how is the feeling there in Texas, and what do you think that?
Well, for me, so from where I'm from, I mean, I haven't left my house today, but I've been awake. I literally have been awake since like 1:30 this morning, Central Time. I've been awake. I haven't been able to go back to sleep. I've been excited. I mean, we haven't been in the playoffs since 2018, right?
Yeah.
Right. So this is an exciting day, and I get it. It's you win, go home, you win, you keep going on, but that's what's exciting about it. That's what it is, and I am super excited. The feeling for me, being a huge Cowboys fan, a generational Cowboy fan from where my grandfather, my aunts, my uncles, my dad, myself, my brother, my sister. This is a big day for me, and I cannot wait. We have an hour and 15 minutes before the game starts, so I'm excited. And I know over from where you're from, the Cowboys have a huge following. Yeah. What's it like in Mexico City right now?
Okay, it's really amazing. It's like here in Mexico, there be a lot of fans of football. No, America, Chivas, Pumas, you know that, but the Dallas Cowboys, it's the most loved team around of the country. So I walked to the market in the morning, and I saw many Cowboys fans with the jerseys and all of that, and we started talking. We won this day. Oh, we won the Cowboys. And it's all of that. Very excited, and it's like the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
But it's a big game. It's the first step for arrive. But the excited, it's the same, really. We are very excited for that. And it's a very big party. In the houses, they start to talk, well, what will we to eat now in the game? And start to talking about expectations, about what will happen in the game. And now we're watching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game against the Eagles. And just you can see the Tampa Bay, it's not really a very combined team. They make the job, but it's only, and you can imagine if the Cowboys against the Tampa, oh my goodness, will be, I don't know. I don't want to dream more, but I think Cowboys have enough to fight with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh yeah. What I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing guys fall left and right for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Eagles may be getting their ass handed to them, but they are dropping the Tampa Bay Buccaneers players like flies, which ultimately, I mean, it doesn't matter, but we have a better defense than the Eagles, right?
Yes.
We all agree. So right now the score is 24-0 Buccaneers. Like they're getting their butts whipped. It's gonna be a different game when we go and we play, even though we gotta probably go, we're gonna have to go back to Tampa. I mean, you saw in week 1 how close that game was. No one thought that game was gonna be like that. No one even gave us a chance to even have that game close like that, right? Yeah. Nobody. Yeah. It was such a surprise when we only lost by 4 points. Now, we lost by 4 points, and we can argue whose fault it was. You've talked about Greg Zuerlein. I've talked about, for me, it's Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Whose fault it is, because let's face it, it's not one person's fault. The defense had 4 turnovers, correct? 3 of them, which were you could have got points on, because one of them was that interception right before halftime, which, Anthony Brown ran it back, whatever. But those other 3, we ended up with 1 touchdown and I believe 2 field goals. If you score on both of those, because Two of those turnovers were inside Dallas territory, and I think we only came away with 10 points.
Yeah.
Imagine if you score 2 touchdowns off those 2 turnovers and a field goal off the other one, that game's won, right? Now, if you flip it on the other coin, you have Greg Zuerlein who missed a field goal and an extra point, which gives us the 4 points that could have tied the game, right? So, I mean, you can flip it on either side, but I think when we get past the 49ers today, we're going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's going to be a different game. It's going to be a different game, even though we're going to go back down to Tampa. But guess what? We're going to go back to – and it's always sunny in Florida. It's always beautiful in Florida. It's going to be Texas type of weather. You know, it's not going to be cold. It's not going to be freezing. None of that. We're going to play in an outdoor stadium. Well, it's 70 degrees, 75 degrees outside. It's going to be amazing. And we win today. We get down to Tampa. What do you think is going to happen? Look, I'm not trying to look past San Francisco, but if we do win today, what do you think is going to happen going against Tampa?
Oh my God. I think that's a very big chance for the Dallas Cowboys believe they are real and they will make something great. You know, I don't know, in the first game when against the Tampa, Tom Brady said, "We will see you again, Dak Prescott." Not so in that way, will be not, but now, like you said, in a different circumstances. Not now, Cowboys have more work with them, and they feel more comfortable with all of the players, how they works in the game, and that's the point that really good for fight with Tampa with another perception. I don't know, can say, but. It's another scenario completely different, and I think in that way maybe Cowboys can win that game, and then with the games of all of the teams that I hate in NFL, Green Bay, no,
Green Bay, who's ended our season twice already.
Yeah.
But okay, let's get back to the San Francisco game. So. We know about DEEBO Samuels. We know about Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be the factor in this game? Are they? So let me ask you this. If we get this play action going, the bootlegs going, if we get the run game going, how big do you think that our play action is going to take part in our win today? Because I feel that if we get the run game going and we get these linebackers to bite right on handing the ball to Zeke, we have that open space. You have like I talked about earlier, the defensive backs for San Francisco are one of the worst in the league. You got a rookie and a so-so player, and I think Morris. And with the wide receiving core that we have, even though Gallup is not in, and you have Cedric Wilson,
it's good.
Yeah. Cedric, you and I already talked about it with Bird Gang. Cedric Wilson is a great receiver.
Yeah. How
do you feel? If we get this play action, if we get our run game going, how hard is it going to be? How hard is it going to be able to? The Niners going to be able to stop the Cowboys?
We know the Niners are more physical. They don't have a lot of things with the fly, throwing the ball, and so the Cowboys need to really take that chance for make more Dak Prescott. Have a CeeDee Lamb, Murray Cooper, and of course now you say Cedric Wilson, that it's marvelous really, and he can make the difference, So I don't know. The Cowboys need to win the game in the first instant that they can. 3 points, 7 points, and try to make what will be the time of the game, not if they more slowly, more fastly, but always have the Niners in the catch, not have a lot of chances, and of course they're now the defensive way that we have Micah Parsons, Zach Martin, and all of that. They need to make many things, not.
Yeah. So. I'm sorry, but what I'm watching in the background right now is just a slaughter. I don't know if you have the game on over there in Mexico, but this is just Mike Evans just scored a touchdown. This is music to my ears. You know that I'm one of the biggest Eagles hater there is. And right now I just see 30-0 Buccaneers. 30-0. And I cannot, and to me, this, like I said, this is music to my ears. But anyway, so
I hope not have that problem.
No. I don't think we'll have that problem, not even in the slightest. I think that the Niners, I think, were the best matchup for us because of the type of team we are. But let me ask you this. So we went through what we went through last season, right, with our defense and whatnot. And then we come into the draft. What were your initial thoughts? I mean, I don't know how big you are on college football, but what were your initial thoughts on drafting Micah Parsons? And then when you see him play throughout the season, what have been your thoughts on that?
I think will be a very, very better player in the league in his position now. It's really amazing how they take that choice, because we know the Cowboys always selected the stars of the draft. No, more wide receivers, more runners, more everything like that things. But now they thought really what they do in the draft, and of course thinking in the future. And Micah Parsons, it's completely the best. Prize that we can win in this time of the year. Not, we are so lucky for have him in the team, and well, it really works. Really, we can see the team more compact and trusted, and he has all of the attitude with his partners. It's amazing how inject to the players and his campaigns, all of that. Let's go to win. We can do it, and I like that. I like his way from me. Not.
Yeah. So let me ask you, what jersey are you sporting right now? Which one you got? Is that your CD? Is that your CeeDee Lamb, or is that Des Bryant? Who is that?
Des Bryant, because I don't get CeeDee Lamb, but of course, my heart is now with CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Yet. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got my Parsons jersey on today.
I want that, but in Mexico, it's not really arrived. So
it's not. Why don't you can't order it from the Cowboys? They don't have that. You can't order it from there.
Okay. I will try to find it, but because I want to the child, the child, and it's good. But I like that, of course.
So how many jerseys do you have?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I love, the military. It's my best ones. I really love it, but I have, I don't know, many 15 jerseys or 10
15.
Yeah,
Jesus, it's more than what I got.
Staubach, Des Bryant, Owens, many.
Not an Owens jersey?
Yes, I have.
That's crazy. I have I don't have it anymore, but I have I used to have a Miles Austin's jersey.
Oh yeah.
I had a Miles Austin jersey, a Roy Williams jersey, not number 11, number 31, the safety. Okay. I was so upset because remember when we had DeMarco Murray, right?
Oh, Murray, yeah.
Yeah. So I had just bought his jersey in November on his last year with the Cowboys. I bought it. I thought we were going to re-sign him. I went, I think a few weeks later and bought a Des Bryant jersey, a white one. So I had the navy DeMarco Murray. I had the white Des Bryant jersey. And then I think I wore that jersey one time, and then we didn't re-sign him. I ended up giving it to my friend. I was like, here you go, man. I don't want this no more. He signed with the Eagles. I don't want it.
It's like the Jalen Smith, not? There'll be a lot of people with the Jalen Smith, and it's not yet now in the Cowboys.
Yeah. Well, with the Jalen Smith, I had a buddy who I won a bet against, and he makes jerseys. So he sent me a number 54 Jalen Smith jersey before the season started. And then guess what? He changed his number to 9. I was like, are you kidding me? And now he's not even on the team anymore, so I don't even wear that. So I have my own custom-made jersey. I got this Parsons jersey. I got a Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott in white, Des Bryant in white, and I think that's it. And then all the other ones, it's just
Romo. I think Romo too.
You have a Romo one? I don't have a Romo one. I wasn't. I don't have one. This is my only defensive player jersey that I have. Every other jersey I have is offensive player. But So, what do you think is going to take to be able to stop DEEBO today?
Oh, I don't know. First, to try to get paralyzed Jimmy Garoppolo. Not try to, I don't know, maybe he can think more what he wants, but all the team that they can't to stop Sibu Samuel, not
Yeah.
almost that they can't be. I don't know, will be so complicated. I think they will maybe study a lot to the Cowboys, but we are strong, and there be many the defensive way. It's amazing, so they can stop maybe the things that he wants to do, and trust in that make something with a team more compact and try to stop at him. All the Cowboys are they need it. It not many. Not
Yeah.
try to give all of that.
So, people in the comment section, the people that are listening, if y'all have any questions about today's game, put that stuff in the comments so we can keep this going and see what we got, what kind of questions y'all want to ask. But I want to ask you, Laura, so other than DEEBO, what is it going to take to be able to stop this run game? Because like we said, the Niners are physical, right? So they're going to run the ball a lot. They're going to have DEEBO coming out of the backfield. When you have DEEBO motioning, what would you like to see with Parsons? Because I know Diggs is going to be covering DEEBO a lot, following him a lot. But when he lines up in the backfield, you're more than likely going to have Parsons covering DEEBO or Parsons shooting the gap, right? So what would you like to see from Parsons this game?
I don't know. I like maybe he is like a guard of Garoppolo. Try to always get pressure on him, and he is. I'm very trust that he can throw the ball. He can do that, and so in that way, Trevon Diggs maybe should be so expected, not what he do, and maybe I don't know in this game can have many interception more, because I think if Garoppolo have that courage to throw the ball. Oh my God! It will be a very a hard cake, a head cake for Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe.
Yeah, because we know Jimmy's inconsistent, right? He's very inconsistent, has been all year. They win more when they rely on DEEBO and the run come out of the backfield than they do with Jimmy passing. I feel, what I think, is if we're able to get pressure on Jimmy G, with Parsons, whether it's Tank, Parsons, Gregory, I think that Jimmy G is going to have a few bad throws going towards DEEBO or Brandon Ayuk. And even though I don't like Anthony Brown and I wanted him gone off this team for a while now, I think we are going to come away with a couple of interceptions today, just based on the pressure we're probably going to get today on Jimmy G and how inconsistent he is.
Yes, it's a very big chance for the Cowboys, that part. And the quarterbacks are the most important part of the team. It's not everything, but of course, it's a medular part that, of course, if you get pressure on him, and we know Jimmy is not really the quarterback special. I don't know if 49ers, I don't know if they turn Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo maybe, but if they put Trey Lance and throw the ball more, I have many doubts there, but I'm not really sure can
when I see with Trey Lance, what I see with Trey Lance is when he's brought into the game, it's more of an RPO type deal, and it's mainly inside the, it's more on the 49ers side of the ball of the field when Trey Lance comes in for Jimmy G, and I see a lot of run plays for him more than passing. So the Cowboys need to realize when they see Trey Lance coming in, it's probably going to be a little bit. It's going to be a run play more so than a passing play, and I think they should be able to read that just fine. And Trey Lance coming into the game, I don't think should be a problem for us.
Okay, we have confidence now. No, yes, because I think really, the people always when you say I'm a Cowboy fan, always say always our season from there, not always winning, but always lost and all of
Yeah.
that. No, but now I think we are so more sure. We have more arguments for said the Cowboys really have enough arms for really do something great this day. The people now are in I don't know, they have many doubts if they can be so confident with the Niners. No, the Niners are better than the Cowboys. That's why they. But we can remember the Niners arrived to this round with less. We never thought Niners can stay in the wild card. Not
Yeah.
so. I think it's a chance for us because always in the season we have that image to be in the wild card.
Yeah, no. With the Niners, I mean, let's look at their schedule, right? They have they beat the Jaguars, garbage team.
Yeah.
They beat the Rams. Look, they beat the Rams twice. Matthew Stafford is a turnover machine, right? He threw the last 4 games. He threw like 5 interceptions, right? I think they lost to the Seahawks twice with and without Russell Wilson, and the Seahawks have been trash all year, right?
Yeah.
They beat the Vikings barely. We beat the Vikings, right? So I mean, this schedule that they beat the Lions for God's sakes, right?
Yeah.
A team that had like 2 or 3 wins, something like that. So the way the media is speaking on the Niners, it's making them seem like they went through a tough schedule to get where they're at. They had a very easy schedule going, this year. They snuck their way into the playoffs, almost didn't make it, right? If they have lost to the Rams, guess what? The Saints would be in it. The Saints would be playing right now, and the Eagles would be playing, I think, us, to be honest with you. I think the Eagles would be playing us at 3:30. Yeah. So, I mean, let's be real here. I mean, we're Cowboy fans, yes, and we have a little bias, right? But when you actually look at it, the Eagles are not that tough of a team. Wouldn't you agree?
I think the Eagles, not in the last game that we have, we made our job. Not we must to win and confident and winning. No, we must have confidence in that because we fight with Tampa Bay and in the first of the season. And what game we have that day? Not we almost really for win that game. And the point is, like I told you in the beginning of the show, Greg Sirlein. The thing that I most worried for all of this game is Greg Sirlein. I don't know. The boys need to do something really great have a lot of points for not really expecting happen something Greg Sirlein. The last game, yesterday game, I was in the Bills game. The kicker was so terrible. Full all the extra points. I think they don't need it. But in a point of life, you will need your kicker. Of course that. So in the point of the Cowboys, we need really got a guy who can trust. That he got the point. That's the difference in other games.
Let me ask you this: so with Greg Zuerlein having back surgery this past offseason, what we've seen from him in the past, I mean, his nickname is Greg the Leg, right? He doesn't miss. And this year, we've seen him miss a lot. Do you think, I think it has, but do you think that his back surgery has played a part in him being inconsistent the way he has been?
I don't want to think that, but the results say that. It's not a good. Now I just realized something. Bring Dan Bailey, please. I don't know. It's a madness, of course, but they say goodbye Dan Bailey for another things that I don't know. It's less than these ones that happen now with Greg Sirlein, and I really miss him in this moment of the life. And I really hope I really expect not really use Greg Sirlein in this game.
Yeah, no. When Greg Zuerlein comes up and I'm watching him kick, my heart does skip a beat. I also realize, okay, he had back surgery. And same thing with Dan Bailey. He's one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, right? And then he had his groin injury, and then you started to see him fall off, which is why we released him. I honestly feel if he had gotten better, if we kept him on for that season, because we didn't do anything that season. I think we released him. We didn't go anywhere that year. I think if he had gotten better, which when he signed with the Vikings, he was pretty good when he went and he fully recovered from his injury. So you're right. I think of Dan Bailey a lot and wish he was back here because that's a guy I knew when he was coming up to kick. I was like, all right, he's gonna, I don't gotta watch and pray or nothing.
Yeah, send WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Come back, Dan Bailey, please.
I wouldn't have my rosary candle going on. Be like, Bailey, please.
yeah, please.
So, but I want to get to this comment right here from Cowboys X Factor. Okay. Can Dak Prescott show up like Joe Burrow and Josh Allen? Have we done so far in the playoffs?
That's a very good point, not?
Yeah. No, I honestly believe, and I was saying this earlier on Twitter when I was talking to another Cowboy fan. I said, if he can show up between Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, he doesn't got to play like Josh Allen. But if he plays somewhere in between like those two guys, I think we got this game. Yeah. I do. Look, I was talking to my dad yesterday, and I told him, I was watching the Cincinnati game. I told him, I like Joe Burrow. I like that quarterback. Yeah. He's my type of quarterback. I like him. Yeah. The way Josh Allen was playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it. The Patriots,
nothing.
They're a decent team, but they're not that good. And what they did to the Patriots, I think, is what we've been waiting for forever, right? For the past 20 years, because we've seen the Patriots just dominate the NFL for the last 20 years. And I was excited to see what I saw last night. But do you think that if Dak Prescott can play somewhere in between those two guys' performances, that we're going to win today's game?
I think that is a very, very good position because, we can think in that way. Not they are rookies. They don't have all the time that have Dak Prescott in the league. And, of course, now he has the most biggest expensive contract in all of the league. And now is the time for he show that each dollar really, it's good for that contract. So Joe Burrow showed yesterday an amazing way, so calm, confidence. It's like it's something normal for him being in the playoffs. I love that Cincinnati made yesterday. And in the case of Josh Allen, makes something really great yesterday too, because it looks like so easily to make football. The Bills are really, really good. And I think that Prescott, it need more to have they believe they can do the things well. I don't know, when he started to have a lost eyes and start to get worried, and something happened with that Prescott, and you start to nervous. Oh my God, something is not good with that. I don't want to see that. I think he must to be more good than these ones. Just for the reason that he has more time in the NFL, he has more games and learn about his lesson and all of that. So he did made it.
Yeah. Let me ask you: Have you been to a Cowboys game like at AT&T Stadium?
Oh no.
No.
I will tell you a very, very back story about it.
Okay.
So about the pandemic and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I bought my ticket. I will go to Texas, but I got the Sputnik vaccine, so I can't travel to the United States, and that's so sad for me because I didn't. And the game that I want to watch was the Las Vegas Raiders in Thanksgiving. So so sad story for me already.
No, so I've been. I want to say to 3 games.
Okay.
No, 4. I'm sorry, 4 games.
4 games.
Back in 2009, I went to the game. My very first game in AT&T Stadium. I actually got to walk inside the locker room of the Cowboys when I was doing my tour.
Amazing.
Yeah. So this was 2009. So I had a little slide up phone, right? And they didn't have iPhones back then. I had a little slide up phone, and I had pictures of Marion Barber's locker, Jason Witten's locker, Tony Romo's locker, all those lockers, right? We ended up losing that game. But a few years later, in 2014, was it 14? Yeah, 2014. Tony Romo, when he got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Against Miami, his return game, I was down there in Miami for that game. So I saw Romo return in Miami, and we won that game. And then I went to an Eagles game a couple years ago against the Cowboys. We won. I went to an Eagles game this year again against the Cowboys, and we won. So I just need to tell you, you need to get yourself to AT&T Stadium and get yourself to a game. It is awesome.
Amazing.
It is awesome. It is an experience unto itself. It is an awesome place to be. The people, I mean, it's Texas. I mean, it's Southern hospitality, right? Everyone's nice. Everyone, especially if you're wearing a Cowboys jersey, everyone's gonna be come here, come take a picture, and having a great time. Yeah. It is just an awesome place to be during a football.
Now for the Super Bowl, maybe. You know that knew about maybe SoFi Stadium can be for all of these things happen now. Yeah, maybe
they move it down to AT&T Stadium. Yeah, I haven't read much on it. I've just seen little clips here and there, articles, feeds talking about how it might move to AT&T Stadium, but that would be awesome if it did. Because
imagine that.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not one to talk about Super Bowls. Last time we won a Super Bowl, I was 7 years old. I'm not going to ask you your age or how old you are, but I was 7 in '95. Okay. That's the last time we won a Super Bowl. And that was the only time when I started to remember about football and know about football and what went on. Sitting there at my grandfather's house, my grandparents' house, watching the game with my family, and having the Cowboys, if they were to make it to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
How epic for me and you and everyone else would that be? That would be because we haven't even seen an NFC championship game in 26 years. Just for us to get to a championship game, the roof would be blown off the building. And if we somehow win, because let's face it, the Eagles are about to get their butts handed to them. We're going to go to Tampa, right? We win the thing. We're going to go to Tampa and we're going to play. So that means the Packers next week are either going to play the Cardinals or the Rams. And even though we've lost to the Cardinals, I'm not scared of either of those teams. I'm not really scared of Green Bay because Green Bay is one of the worst teams at stopping the run. And even though at Lambeau, and we've beaten Green Bay at Lambeau. Let's not forget, Dak Prescott went into Lambeau, I want to say his rookie season or second season, and we ended up beating Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
So I'm not really once we get past the divisional round, I think the story is going to be written that we're going to end up in the Super Bowl. But we got to get past Tampa next week. Granted, we win, right?
Oh my God! No, with the madness, because in the things that you said, 26 years. I met many people who dies waiting Cowboys arrive at a Super Bowl. Not how many people desire to see once again Dallas Cowboys win a Super Bowl or just arrive. And now in this really real chance to stay there, I don't know, it's amazing. I can die, in calm maybe if I watch that because it's amazing. You cannot. I don't know. And if they won, oh my goodness, Texas down really.
Sorry about that. My dogs went crazy. I guess they heard someone knock.
They are excited too.
Yeah. I think once you said Cowboys, they all freaked out.
Oh, yeah.
But no. I don't know what just happened to my computer. Anyway, so for us to get, let's face it, the NFL does not want, and I'm not saying the NFL as the league, I'm saying the NFL fan base does not want the Cowboys to win a Super Bowl. Why? Because we are going to be the most obnoxious fan base if we were to win. Because as well as I know, being a Cowboy fan, we always get hit with your team. Y'all always say you're going to the Super Bowl. Oh, you haven't done anything in 26 years. Oh, you haven't made it to the NFC Championship in 26 years. Yada, yada, and go on and so forth, right? So if we were to make it somehow, the fan base of the NFL would hear it from every single one of us. I know I would be one of the most obnoxious Cowboys fans out there. And we would have every right to be, wouldn't we? Because we would have just won the big game. But we're not getting there yet. We're not saying we're going to get there out there in the comments, right? We're not saying we're getting to the Super Bowl. We're just speaking on what ifs right now. But I have a buddy right here that I know, big place today, saying we suck. He's an Eagles fan.
Okay.
So I've told many of Eagles fans that they are hot garbage and they weren't going to win, and reasons why. And no one believed me, but 98% of the time of when I'm speaking about things, because I don't go off of stats, right? I'm not one, even though I played sports and everything, I'm not one to go off of stats, because stats don't tell the whole story of a game, right? Yeah, the Cowboys can be beating a team 45-7 or 14, and then in the fourth quarter, they end up scoring 2 or 3 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Garbage time. So if you look at someone's stats, oh, he threw for 300 yards and had 3 touchdowns. Well, no, those 200 yards and those 2 touchdowns came in the fourth quarter. So that they don't tell the story of the game. And I go off of the eye test and what I see. And I've said many a times the Eagles are not as good as what they think they are because they are a very slow starting team.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I'm watching some crazy shit right now on the game. But anyway, let's move to the Cowboys. Let's go back to the Cowboys, right? Let's go back to the Cowboys. So, what do you want to see from? I know we talked about Dak Prescott as a whole, and the Cowboys as a whole, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to see Dak Prescott do today? What are your predictions for him?
I really want he be combined to be the leader of the team, not with all of that courage, energy, and all the inspiration that the players they need to believe and trust in their quarterback. Not you can see in other teams, maybe Tom Brady now. All the players are like in the mood that Brady gives to them. Not so in that way. Dak Prescott need do it for them. In that way, of course, the players go out with more attitude, with more hungry to win, and all of that things that are important because you have reason. There'll be a lot of stats, statistics, numbers, but these things say Cowboys can, and of course it's not. But I think the attitude and all the courage that they want the hungry for win this game and go more far will be the factor for win this game, not? And Dak Prescott, of course, like a leader of the team, we need it. And of course, to Ezekiel Elliott, not? Because we expect a lot from him too. A lot of money, a lot of things, a lot of that all that stuff. But they need to give us enough confidence for trust and make their job. Like Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, I love it really. He's a very, very good man in all of the ways. The commentaries before to the game, he's excited because it's my first playoffs with Dallas, and it's with a very big rival from Cowboys from a longer time. I like that. That's the attitude that I need now.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree on that with Dak Prescott. I mean, like we've talked about already, he's getting paid $75 million this year, right?
Yeah.
And we've talked about how he needs to be the guy. If it's one thing I'm going to give Dak Prescott, and I can't take away from him, is he is a leader. The guys follow him. With that being said, we need him to not have slow starts. We also need Kellen Moore to make to call better plays, right?
Yeah.
We also need Dak Prescott to read the field correctly because there's times where he doesn't. Yes. And today I need him to play. And this is an argument I get into with a lot of Cowboy fans on Twitter, is they sit there and say, well, he's getting paid $75 million. What does that have to do with his play? Well, it has a lot to do with your play because if you're getting paid that type of money, that means that the organization thinks you're an elite quarterback. You're the guy. And he hasn't played like the guy as of late. He did in the beginning. Lately, he's been struggling. So today, we need to see him play like the guy, especially now in the play for the next 3-4 games. He needs to be that $75 million quarterback that he's getting paid this year. Yes, his whole contract is over 100 and something million, but this year he's getting paid $75 million, and for the remainder of the season, we need to see him be that guy. And you're right, Zeke is also getting paid big money, $90 million, right, throughout his whole contract. And granted, he's fallen off a little bit, but let's add some context to that. He's had I think he's averaging like 55 yards a game, but that's not on his 25 carries a game. Because when he gets 20 to 25 plus carries a game, he's getting over 100 yards. Lately, he's been getting 10, 15 carries a game, and he's only averaging 50, 55, right? But Tony Pollard's picking up that slack. With our run game and our rushing attack, what do you see coming out of the backfield? Who do you see featured more? Is it going to be Pollard getting the ball, the runs more, or is it going to be Zeke?
I think Zeke Elliott, it's good to pushing the other guys. It's to block the players who wants to make something to Dak. And of course, that he opened many, ways to run to other players. And I think Pollard, it's so fastly, and it's so it's really have a lot of abilities for more do things like that. But Ezekiel is more stronger, so he can fight more the yard, and that plays that you need to fight with the other guys. It's very good. But Tony Pollard, it's amazing, really. And sometimes there'll be comparative in the social media, but I think two are good they complement maybe. When you need one in with his many characteristics, and with the other one with others, and we need both, but with the attitude, not because sometimes Ezekiel Elliott is like a king, it's like a rock star, and hey, Ezekiel, we need you in the game, not now. Come on, make your job, because now I think we need that now.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, because we're coming up on an hour already, I want to know, who is your X factor, right? Who is your guy that the Cowboys need to focus on for the Niners? And I want to know who your X factor is for the Cowboys. Who's going to be that X factor for the Niners? Who's going to be that X factor for the Cowboys?
I think in Cowboys, Micah Parsons or Trevon Diggs. I think I will go more with the defensive way. I trust in the offensive, but I think we need that place of the defensive, not in that way. But with the Niners, DEEBO Samuel, everybody talk about DEEBO Samuel, and he maybe it's the piece to follow, not in this game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I trust more in my defense than I do my offense.
Yeah,
I really do, because our offense has been struggling a little bit, right? Even though at the end of the year we were on fire, and we are the number one offensive team in the league, period, right? We are. Yeah. But I feel the only way we can get those big numbers on the offensive side is if we run the ball and we're effective running, right? Yeah. But for me, our X factors are going to be Trayvon Diggs. To me, it's going to be Diggs. It's going to be Diggs, covering DEEBO Samuels. And is he going to be able to not bite on those double moves that DEEBO likes to do? Because we know DEEBO likes to come out of the backfield. We know DEEBO, when he lines up, he likes to do those double moves. And Trayvon Diggs is known for biting on those double moves because he's very aggressive and he likes to be around the ball and get those interceptions. Now, we both agree that Trayvon Diggs is probably going to get his 12th interception this year. Yes, he is.
Yes.
When it comes to the Niners, I think it's going to be it's not going to be so much DEEBO, because DEEBO is going to be the lead for them, right? He's going to be the guy that they mainly go through. I think it's going to be Elijah Moore, who the running back is. Okay. If they can get that running game going, it's going to be tough for us on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
that's what I feel. But But all right, guys, I think this is our time right here. We're coming up on an hour. Laura, if you want to let them know where they can find you, let them know.
Yes, you can follow me in Facebook like Laura Sandoval or Lautrec13, and Instagram Lautrec13 and on Twitter Lautrec, like in this way. Thank you.
And everyone, y'all know where y'all can find me. Again, let's give a shout out to BGN Sports Media. Thank you. And Bird Gang 31, shout out to you. Without this, all this is possible. Any of this is possible.